Oh, no, there you go. Can you hear me now? Now you should be able to hear me. Um, I'm on live. My chat is open. Of course, give it a thumbs up. I haven't really started talking about what I want to talk about yet, but go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you will. Of course, everybody is going to thumbs everything down because, that's what the Black community does. It's not a very supportive community. And ever since I've noticed, I've been trying to really just pull away from the Black sector of YouTube and the kind of dark web / roasting each other type of sector of YouTube. I'm just not interested in it. I mean, it makes our community look really bad and it displays a lot of immaturity and mental illness. And I just want nothing to do with it. I spent many years on YouTube, not even really like focusing too much on African Americans. And I would just post my content. And then when I started to do content geared towards my opinions in regards to racism and sexism and a whole bunch of other things that was important to a lot of the people that was inside of my audience, uh, the nature of my audience declined. Like all of the people who were intellectual and I had a good rapport with were starting to be harassed and chastised by other people who were coming in the comment section who thought it was cute to roast and be racist and sexist and immature and all of this just weird shit. And so, I've been just trying to get away from doing anything that has to do with the Black community. But I did want to touch on this topic right here because it's very important that I do so. I feel it's part of my responsibility because I do have some type of, I want to say part of the reason why this is even an issue between Tommy and Mario is because of something that happened with me. Okay, so this is the birth of why Tommy and Mario Cochran have such an issue with each other. A big part of that is because of me. And so this is why I'm like, well, let me just discuss this whole thing. And I think I've talked about it to some degree, but I've never talked about it in the way that I'm about to. And Mario Cochran is MrKTU101. And I just saw a stream yesterday that was brought to my attention this morning that it was streamed yesterday on Tommy's channel. And it's very unfortunate to me. And I do want to apologize to Mario about this because had I not sent his information to Tommy, none of this would be going on. So I do want to take responsibility for that. But when Mario and I did a stream a long time ago, we did a stream together, and some of you may not have caught it because I went ahead and deleted it. Okay, and inside of the stream, Mario and I was talking about Tommy and Derek Jackson. And so I always believed that Derek Jackson was better for the community because he, gave women something positive to hold on to. He wasn't necessarily for men, he was for women. And honestly, the reason why Derek Jackson has become as successful on YouTube as he has is because it was a demand for him. Because after years and years and years of being on YouTube, all I saw was a whole bunch of negative men posting a whole bunch of negative shit about African-American women. And here comes Derek Jackson, and he wasn't doing any of that. He was being positive, he was attractive, he was giving amazing advice to women, and he was very much needed on this platform. And so when Mario Cochran decided to, come to me and ask me, did I want to do a live stream about Tommy and Derek? I thought it was a good idea because he was, Mario was Team Tommy, he loved Tommy. He was just a big Tommy fan when he did come to me. I don't know. I don't think he is anymore, I'm assuming, but back then he was a really, really big Tommy fan. And most of the men who have been on YouTube for a long time, Tommy has had some disdain for me for nothing. It hasn't been because I've done anything to him. It hasn't been because, I started some mess with him or anything like that. These are just things that he makes up for his audience. So it could seem like, Soncerae did something to him when really it's always been me making videos in defense of Tommy. And just yesterday, a video that I filed for copyrights where Tommy was using material from my channel on his channel. Tommy did a counter claim on it. And it put me in a position to where YouTube was telling me to take Tommy to court. Okay, and so when I came to Tommy about a month or so ago about it, and I said, can you just remove this video, not because of your opinion, but because you're stealing content from my channel. And most people who know me know it doesn't bother me, people's opinions. That means nothing to me. People's opinions are jack shit. They mean nothing. The problem is mainly the stealing of my content. I don't like that stuff. So Tommy had stolen some content from my channel, and I just came to him like, listen, can you please take this channel down? I mean, you've ruined most of my experience on YouTube. I mean, you have literally just made this one of the worst experiences part of the time for me, like 50% of the time. Like the reason why my channel was just, just dripping with a whole bunch of trolls and negative people was mainly because of you. Like it started off with you initially, and then it became a bigger problem because other men came on YouTube desiring to be like this man. They wanted the money that he had, the attention that he had, the subscribers that he had, the views that he had. So a lot of a lot of men went behind him and tried to be like him. A lot of men aspired to be like Tommy. So they would get onto, YouTube and start making all of these derogatory videos about Black women. And so it just started to be, that was the only reason why they were doing it. It wasn't because, they had like all of these horrible experiences with Black women. It was just, I want to be Tommy because number one, he's making money off of YouTube, and he's making money off of picking on and injuring women who are already injured, women who are already going through their own issues in regards to racism and being double minority, and kicking these women that may be uneducated or unfortunate or living in poverty, and types of women that you shouldn't even be making fun of, women who are mentally ill or physically ill or emotionally distraught. Women who aren't sure of their physical appearance, so they're walking around lightening their skin or changing their hair texture or things like that, because these are things that women have to deal with when we're inside of a country or a world where the standard of beauty happens to be European, and here we are, African American women, trying to still have self-esteem, still be confident, still be strong and deal with everyday life, as well as still being classified as the type of human being that does deserve respect and does deserve love. So we're really trying really hard here to be like the best versions of ourselves we can be. And if it takes us lightening our skin, or if it takes us putting on a wig or whatever, exercising, eating better, or getting more education, getting better jobs, whatever it is, to help us be better, that's what a lot of Black women are trying to do. And then there are other Black women out there who really are so misguided and lost. They don't know. So the last thing that you want to do is, use your social media platform to kick these people while they're down, while they already have a hard time with life. And so to see that this was what Tommy was doing, it turned me off initially, because at first I thought, when Tommy came to me many years ago and he wanted to do an interview with me, that it was going to be helpful for my audience and his. And then someone said to me, Tommy made this horrible video about you. And this was just immediately after he had asked me to do an interview with him. This was many years ago, and I didn't know he was going to say anything negative. And then someone showed it to me. And so I then ended up canceling the interview with him. And ever since then, Tommy has been a problem. It's like he's been mad that I canceled this interview. So anyway, moving towards, now where he stole content from my channel, I came to him privately. Now, this isn't the first time I've come to Tommy privately. I've come to Tommy privately to try to fix some stuff, maybe 2 other times. Okay, but coming to him privately does not work. Okay, it's just pointless. And so I came to him and I said, well, like I said, your opinion is really fucked up. You really don't understand what you did to destroy my life off of line. Like, destroying my YouTube channel or destroying how people view me on YouTube is one thing, but then when you have a whole bunch of other people coming into my life affecting it negatively in my real life, that's when it becomes a problem. And it got so bad to where I could just be walking around anywhere and then a person see me and be like, ain't you Soncerae? So what's going on with you and Tommy? Or people think me and Tommy fucking, or people think me and Tommy had some real beef in real life, like we met in real life or something. And I would have to sit there and explain, like, it's really just a beef there that stemmed out of nothing really. And I think it was just done for shock and awe value to support this rhetoric that Tommy has in regards to negativity and Black women. And he just used me as, someone as a character, basically to try to use as an example of a woman who is a negative person or a bad person or whatever. So it didn't matter what I did as a woman. It didn't matter what I posted on YouTube. It didn't matter all of the positive things that I did for my community. It didn't matter that I was giving to the homeless. It didn't matter that I was going to colleges all over Georgia and speaking to younger women on education and money and finances and business. It didn't matter how much money I made or how many businesses I had. It didn't matter anything that I was doing positive, because his only focus was whatever he felt like I was doing wrong. If I wore weave, or if I wore an outfit he didn't like, or if I slept with somebody he thought I didn't sleep with, or thought I shouldn't sleep with, or something that has nothing to do with the positive things and the positive characteristics in regards to Black women. And it got so bad to where my family started hearing about him and all types of stuff. So anyway, just recently, I said to him, can you just take the material down that you posted on your channel about me? And it's my material, so it's copywritten. And he basically just said, fuck you, I want to go to court about it. And I had to sit here and ask myself, like, is he worth all of that? Like, yeah, I could get a payoff on this nigga. And yeah, he supposedly got millions. And yeah, I can get the money. But at the end of the day, the stress and the strain of sitting here, going to court and getting an attorney and doing all of this stuff just for a fucking YouTube video, is it worth my sanity? Is it worth me, still sitting here arguing back and forth with Tommy? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just let this man go about his business, because honestly, between having a lawsuit with YouTube, because YouTube has allowed Tommy and other men to get on this platform and do so many, say so many derogatory things and push this negative narrative about women they don't even know or never even dealt with, because of our race and our gender and our sexuality. The fact that YouTube has even allowed this to happen is just amazing to me. And I remember where there was like this big uproar of a whole bunch of men feeling negatively about me, because I remember seeing all of this negative commentary on YouTube, and I remember just addressing them, and I was the first person to just be like, fellas, there are so many other things that you could talk about when you're talking to men. You don't have to continuously make your content solely about Black women and how much you hate Black women. And I remember when I said this, and this was like 3 or 4 years ago, and then men just started just terrorizing me. I'm talking about coming to my platform, making up lies, male content creators making up lies, making it seem like we're beefing, all types of shit like that. And I was just like, you know what? There is something wrong with the men on this platform. The men on this platform really need prayer. Like, they really need some type of leadership and a better leader than Tommy. And I realized that a lot of the men on here were looking for some type of father figure or some type of mentor. And they believed that because Tommy was becoming successful by being derogatory towards Black men, that must have been the right thing to do. And when you don't have a leader or a father figure or any type of mentor in your life that's positive, of course, you're going to go to whoever you think is, successful and doing something well, and think, oh, okay, well, maybe I should be like this person, and so to see so many men try to follow behind this man, it was strange to me initially. And so with time, I just started to lose hope with men. Because remember, my channel, if you don't remember, my channel was just based on giving men relationship advice. And I had already had a lot of men following me already because of my modeling career. So I already had a lot of men who, who knew who I was and who had seen my pictures and, had seen me in videos or in magazines or whatever. And they just automatically was already my fan. So it was easy for me to bring them over to YouTube. And I feel bad for bringing them here. because if I knew bringing them here would have put them in a position to be following the lead of someone like Tommy, you know, if I knew that that was going to be the direction that these men were going to go into once they got here, I would have thought twice about bringing them over to this platform, because men need a better role model than him. And so it isn't like Tommy is saying to you guys he's a good role model. I mean, he said in plenty of audios I've heard of him, and plenty of videos, that he's not somebody you should try to be like. But for some reason, Black men want to be this man. Okay. And so don't get me to guessing why. I don't know. So anyway, when I met Mario, MrKTU101, when I met him, not met him, but when I first had my first live stream with him, it was privately. And me and my mother were traveling at the time, and we were like at this hotel. I can't even remember what city we were in, because we were moving around a lot, just trying to find out where we wanted to live in California. I don't even remember what city we was in, but I remember Mario tagging me on Facebook and saying that he wanted to do a live stream about Derek Jackson and Tommy. And I said, okay, you know, that sounds good. You know, he was team Tommy, I was team Derek. And it seemed like, okay, this is about to be a good debate, because I don't think anybody has ever sat down and really just tried to compare Tommy and Derek to each other. And so they probably have, I just hadn't seen it. And so I was like, this is about to be good. And when the man that Mario showed me he was, when we were privately live streaming with each other, he first of all, he was drunk. Okay, so he was very belligerent. He was very Soto Nation. He was very just, I don't know, it was just like, wow, he's like aggressive and loud. And I was like, okay, please try not to be this please try not to be this man when we do this live stream. Like, I hope you're not like this, like at least be sober. You know what I mean? So anyway, the next day, or I think it was maybe a day or two later, we did finally do our hangout. And when I seen Mario, he was the complete opposite of the man that I had seen in the first live stream, because he came on to the live stream and he had on a tie and suspenders and a button up and some glasses. And I'm like, yo, this is not the same guy. This is not the same Mario Cochran that I was just talking to in the live stream the other day, where he was all team Tommy and against Derek Jackson. So now, as I'm doing the live stream and we're doing it publicly, now everybody can see, suddenly Mario is anti-Tommy. And this is confused. It confused me, because I was like, whoa, like just a minute ago, like you like 2 days ago when we did our live stream previously, and we were talking about doing a live stream publicly, in private, you were the drunk guy who was team Soto Nation, who was in the t-shirt and jeans. You know, now that we're publicly doing a live stream, now you're the Mario KTU, the MrKTU101 with the suspenders and the tie and the button up. And I'm just like, who is this guy, right? So anyway, either way, the live stream went well to me. I thought it was a good live stream. I thought maybe later on, a month or so later, he and I could do another live stream together. I didn't have any problems with Mario. I didn't, you know, even if he disagreed with some of the things that I said, he just disagreed. It wasn't a thing for me to be upset with him about. And so I don't know what happened I know what happened. I think Tommy saw him on my channel. I think Tommy caught wind of me and Mario doing the live stream, because inside of the live stream, Mario was calling Tommy the Black Hitler. Okay, now again, let me repeat this. When me and Mario first did our first live stream together, it was private. And that live stream, Mario was team Tommy. He was Soto Nation all the way down. Like, that was him. That was his shit. He was behind Tommy 100%. Okay? He didn't fuck with Derek Jackson at all. I was team Jackson. Okay? So when we did the live stream publicly, it seemed like now Mario was being a little team Jackson and more anti, Tommy. And so he was calling, in the live stream, he was calling Tommy the Black Hitler. Okay, so Tommy caught wind of this and made a video about Mario, making fun of him, right? And so Mario decides he wants to do a clapback video. Okay, he does the clapback video, and I'm thinking, okay, I wouldn't have done a clapback. I would just let it go. But there was a time where I was doing clapback. So I can't look at Mario and say, don't do a clapback, because I was the clapbacker before. I used to clap back at people all the time. And so he did a clapback, but inside of his clapback, he said something that upset me. So instead of me publicly addressing Mario, like clapping back at the clapback, I was like, Mario, I talked to Mario privately about it. I came to Mario, woman to man, like, I didn't like that you said blah, blah, blah about me. I understand that you want to do a clapback with Tommy, but I don't understand why you would say something mean or negative about me. Because I never looked at you in a negative way. I never judged you. Why would you do that? And so he made fun of me, made it seem like I was being too sensitive and that he didn't offend me. And I'm like, if I'm telling you I'm offended and you didn't mean to offend me and that wasn't your intentions, you can say that wasn't your intentions, but it make it seem like, I'm out of my mind or I'm crazy or such and such and such, just to be disrespectful and immature towards me. That shit right there is some bullshit. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just fucked up all across the board. And so I decided I wanted to cut ties with him altogether. So I was like, I'm not fucking with Mario at all, because the way that he just responded to me when I came to him, woman to man, and I came to him privately. I did it the right way. I didn't, get online and put him on blast or dox him or some funky shit like that. I just was like, you know what? I'm just going on about my business. So somebody else, a number of people saw me in Mario's live stream and decided to start sending me a whole bunch of emails in regards to Mario, telling me that, because see, I thought when me and Mario did our live stream that he didn't really know me well. I knew he tagged me in his Facebook post, but I didn't think he knew my story to a T. And I remember inside of the live stream asking Mario, did he know my story in regards to me and my son's father, and my son's father being separated, and the situation between me and Sidonia telling me that it was okay, and that her and Priest were divorced, and Priest telling me on their way to divorce, and Priest telling me that the divorce papers were signed, and all of this stuff that came along with the story of mine. And I asked Mario, did he know it, of the story? And he specifically said in the live stream, when I asked him, because I asked him publicly, he specifically said in the live stream that he did not know of my story, right? So I'm thinking, let me explain the story to him. So I explained the story to him in the live stream, and he gave me advice there. Now, the only reason why I did that is because he claimed to be the type of person that gives relationship advice. So I used myself as, a kind of like a guinea pig, so he could show other people, what type of advice he would give, other women. So that's why I said, give me some advice, Mario, not because I needed it or because, what he would say would matter or change my situation, but because I felt like I'm using my platform to positively promote another Black man. So let me give him an opportunity to show everybody who he is. I'm the bigger YouTuber. It isn't like he had very many subscribers at the time. So it was like, I'm going to use my platform to help another man. And that's always what I have done with every single man who's come onto my platform. Every single one. It hasn't been one man that I put on my platform that I didn't mean well with, that my intentions weren't positive. I've always had positive intentions for every single man. And I literally mean every single one that has been on my platform. Okay. And so I tell Mario the story, he gives me the advice inside of the live stream. So anyway, he and I are in this beefing stage, not really beefing stage, but in a stage where I don't want to deal with him anymore because he put me inside of his clapback video with Tommy. It was to me, it was just unfortunate that he put me in his clapback video. But then what was even more disappointing and disheartening was that I came to him as a woman privately and said, these are the things that's bothering me. Why would you say that? I mean, what was that about? And for him to just disregard how I felt and what I thought as if it didn't matter, when I took it upon myself to put you on my platform and interview you and introduce you to a whole bunch of people that had no idea who you are, and you're going to disrespect me as if what I'm telling you is nothing and just completely disregard me. I was very like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this guy at all, period. And so after women saw our live stream together, right, they started emailing me saying, Mario is not who you think he is. Mario is this person. Mario is that person. They started sending me screenshots of conversations that women were having. I mean, in Facebook groups, women were talking about him in Facebook groups. And it was just like threads of conversations about him and nudes of him posted up, and they were sending me nudes of him, and they was talking about how he lives off of women and how he jumps from woman to woman to woman and uses them for their money, and how he has all of these kids that he doesn't necessarily take care of, and he has several baby mamas, and just all of these negative things that Mario didn't portray himself to be when he was talking to me. Basically, he was coming off as if he was a good father, as if he was like a good man to be in a relationship with. He just seemed like a well-rounded person. And so the people were sending me like emails and proof and all of this stuff about calling him a clout chaser. And they was telling me, well, Soncerae, he been knew who you were a long time ago. Somebody that he used to deal with a long time ago, or a while back told me that he knew who I was the whole time, and he knew my story about me and Priest, and me asking him, did he know about me and Priest in my live stream? He basically just sat there and lied to me in front of everybody. And that's what they're basically hitting me up to say, like, this dude was talking about you and saying all this negative shit about you long before you two did the live stream. So this is what's being said to me, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm getting proof. It's not that they're just sending it to me, they're proving it to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, man. I'm like, man. And so then one of the things that was also brought to my attention was that Mario was clout chasing and that he was trying to get Tommy's attention. So he picked me purposely because he knew that me and Tommy had like this whatever with each other, this quote unquote beef with each other that's been lasting for almost a decade now. And so he was just kind of using me as like this tool to get closer to Tommy. Okay, so that's why inside of his clap back video towards Tommy, he supposedly made it seem like he had an issue with me. He was only doing that, I guess, to get closer to Tommy. So at this point, I've been doing YouTube for so long. Listen, these YouTubers on here do anything. Okay, they will create beef out of nowhere just to get some views and some subscribers. I promise you. Like being stand up on YouTube and not trying to use someone else as a stepping stool to get, further. That's unheard of for most content creators. People have literally drug my name through the mud when I have done nothing but be kind to them just so they can get some subscribers and views. It's really that dirty and down low. So when new content creators come to me and they ask me and they say, Soncerae, I want to collab with this person. I want to collab with you. I want to collab with that. I want to collab. I say, don't even fuck with collabs at all. Don't collab with nobody. Because if you start collabing with somebody, right, and it looked like you and another content creator cool, it's going to be other people that's going to see you and this content creator be cool, and they're going to try to pin you and this content creator against each other just to see you two argue with each other, just so people inside of our audience and inside of our communities could sit here and have like this weird, odd beef with each other where people are just sitting here arguing and fucking debating. Okay, so when new content creators come to me and they say that, I say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to collab with you. I'm sorry, I would love to. I went through this whole 2 years collabing with people. And every time I would collab with somebody, and even with it going well, they still found a way to try to make it seem like it was worse than what it was. So a magical beef could start so they could get views and subscribers, because all the Black sector of YouTube thrived off of all this time was beefs, arguments, debates, negativity. That's what the Black community on YouTube thrives off of. So that's what people want. That's what gets the views, not positive stuff, not stuff that you can learn something from, or things that don't require us trying to rip each other's heads off verbally or dragging each other to filth. People don't want to see that stuff. They want to see people beefing with each other. So when YouTube creators come to me wanting to collab, I instantly say no because I learned my lesson. And Mario was kind of the last person that I did a collab with because he also taught me that still to this day, I can't do it. Even though I took a break from doing collabs because I hadn't done a collab with anybody since Mario. I mean, before Mario in like a year or so. Like it had been a while. And so anyway, people are sending me all of this stuff about Mario and telling me that Mario's using me for Tommy. He wants to get closer to Tommy. And I'm thinking, Tommy is not a hard person to deal with. If you want a one-on-one with Tommy, all you got to do is come to him and say, dude, I want a one-on-one. Or if you want to deal with Tommy, all you got to do is call his number. He put the number out there, just call and, he does a show. And from what I understand, one of his exes was saying he had been trying to get Tommy's attention for so long. He had been trying to call in. He had been trying to tag Tommy and Tommy just was not paying attention to him. So he basically just used me as a way to get closer to Tommy. So this is what his ex is saying to me. So I'm like, oh my God. So now on top of the fact that I have all of this proof Mario isn't who he say he is, I got all this proof that he's not taking care of his kids like they're saying he is. He isn't. I got all this stuff. I said, what am I going to do about this? What am I going to do about this? I mean, it's really fucked up. What do I want to do? I said, how about this? He wants Tommy's attention so bad. This is what I'm going to do. I send all the information to Tommy. I emailed him. I sent him an email. And I said, this is what everybody sent me. I sent him the nude pictures. I sent him the screenshots from all of the girls. I sent him the video of Mario fighting in the parking lot. I sent him all of the information. And I said to him, Mario basically just tried to use me to get closer to you. He really wasn't trying to do anything positive. He was just trying to get closer to you. Here you go. Do what you want with it. And then that's how that whole thing started with Tommy. That's how Tommy got ammo. That's how Tommy got ammo. Now, since then, I don't know if more women came to him. And apparently they have. Because still to this day, none of the women that came to me the first time talking to me about Mario told me anything about the current woman he's with. Because he's with a woman right now and he just had a baby. Mario just had 2 babies from 2 different women. Okay? And his latest child, he is still with that child's mother and they seemingly have a healthy relationship. But still to this day, no one has sent me any pictures of her. No one has told me her name. I don't know who she is, right? I had no idea, right? So it wasn't me that sent Tommy this information, right? So this morning when I get up and I see that Tommy has this woman up on his channel and he's talking about her weight. He's talking about, just her, like he knows her in such a negative way, a completely innocent person that had nothing to do with this whole thing with him and Mario. It's just the lowest. Like, can Tommy get any lower? To attack this man's child's mother, okay? A woman he lives with, has a relationship with, they just had a baby together and she has nothing to do with the situation between Mario and Tommy. But Tommy used this, and I don't know what person sent this information to him, because even to this day, the women that sent me information, I protected them. I didn't send them information. I mean, I didn't send Tommy any information about those women. I left those women out. Like, I was like, I'm not going to. Because that's a whole nother thing. Because then he gonna start attacking them. Because I know Tommy, I know his order of operations. I know how fucked up he could be. But I didn't realize that he was gonna go after this innocent woman. You see what I'm saying? Because she has nothing to do with it. But then I thought about the other day when it's really, niggas have no boundaries. They hit below the belt. Because the other day with Styles and Network TV, with Styles and Network TV, and Styles from Network TV supposedly had this beef with Mario, and so somehow he managed to pull me into it and said that I said, or somehow someone told him that Mario tried to holler at me and Mario sent me nudes. Well, Mario didn't try to holler at me. Mario didn't send me nudes. But what I notice is when these men are beefing with each other, there's no boundaries. They will say anything. They will do anything. They will attack anyone just to make you look like a bad person. And as a man, right? If you are not confident in yourself and you hear another man come to you and say something disrespectful about your own woman, okay, you're going to think twice about being with that woman if you are, in fact, not a confident man. I don't see Mario having that issue. I think Mario, like, here's the thing. Mario got some bad shit with him, of course, but I don't see him being the type of person that's going to change his mind about the woman he's dealing with in any way, simply because another man feels that type of way. Now, he may have been a Tommy Sotomayor fan before. He may have been Team Tommy, but his adoration for Tommy is never going to stop him from being respectful, to the woman that he loves and cares for. I don't see that with Mario. Now, he wasn't very nice to me. What he did to me was wrong. And I think what he did to one of his other kids' mothers, because he has a child that he's not taking care of that is ill. Okay, she has an illness and she really needs a father. And I'm not going to say that she really needs her father financially, because she doesn't, because his son's mother, like the women that men choose, that Mario chooses, are very good women. Like, these women are financially in a good place. These women are actresses and damn entrepreneurs and successful, and they have their own money, and they go out there and they do stuff for the community. So genuinely, these women are really, really good women. Okay, from what I'm seeing, Mario is really good at choosing good women. Is he a good person to all of them? Not so much, because he does cheat, he does lie, he does blah, blah, blah. But when he chooses women, he chooses some decent women. So the woman that he's with is an amazing person. And the last woman he was with is an amazing person. The women that he has children with, they're good women. So I'm not going to take that from Mario. I'm definitely, because I could look at a dude and be like, yo, your baby mother is some crap. You know what I'm saying? But he really chooses really good. He's good at that. But again, Mario isn't, as much as he was like Team Tommy, right? He's not how these other men are on YouTube, where everything Tommy says, he eats, breathes, and shits it. Like, everything Tommy says is the gospel truth. No, that's not how Mario is. Mario is, to some degree, he might be a little bit of a follower, and yeah, he could be a clout chaser. But one thing that I can say is he's definitely trying to do his thing, and he definitely thinks independently, and he has a sense of leadership, and he's trying to lead in a positive direction. I can't say that same thing for Tommy. I can't say that. Before I don't see the goodness in dude, and I try to see the good in everybody and everything. I don't see it. And so it's unfortunate to see that Tommy has pulled I don't know how he found out, because I couldn't even find out information about the woman that he's currently dating. But then again, I didn't even take a lot of time to figure it out. I might have been able to find it if I would have dug deep, but I didn't want to dig that deep into Mario. I just wanted to leave it alone. And if you notice, I haven't done a lot of Mario videos. I've been leaving it alone. And the only thing that's really been bothering the fuck out of me in regards to Mario is that he keeps putting my name in his titles and shit like that, regardless to what he's saying. Like, he could make a video and put my name in the title and don't be saying shit about me. And I hate that. Like, stop using my name as clickbait. That shit gets on my nerves. I don't like it. And then it's negative titles like Soncerae, stop attacking me. Soncerae is doing blah, blah, blah. All of these negative things, when really I'm not doing any of those things. So it's like, I just wanted to be done with Mario together. I didn't want anything negative to happen to him or anything like that. It's just, at a certain point, I was just like, this shit with Mario is not something I'm going to hold on to forever. This is something I got to let go. I'm not going to be sitting here mad at no Mario or no shit like this. Fuck that. It's just not that deep. He's going to move on with his life. He's going to do just fine. I'm friends with the mothers of his children. I'm not sitting here like wishing bad on him. And it's unfortunate to see like men beefing with this man, because I don't know what he's done. I honestly still can't figure out to this day what the big problem is between him and whoever he's beefing with. I don't see it. And it's probably because I'm not paying attention enough, and you guys probably know more, but I have no fucking clue. Like, after the shit with Tommy and Mario months ago, I thought it was done. So for this to be coming back up again, like for Tommy to feel the need to post this man's family and do that like that. I just don't know where it came from. I don't know. Because I really just, I don't know. I don't know. So I really just, I don't know. But it saddens me. It's sad to me. But one thing I can say, no nigga on this platform is ever going to be able to use me as a pawn to start beefing with any person. It seems like these men on here are trying to use me as a way to join them and dragging another person. Like Tommy tried to bring me up in this whole thing and I guess to pin me against Mario. I let that stuff with Mario go. And that's the one thing when you're dealing with a positive person or you're dealing with a intellectual person or a person who got some sense. I really just was like, okay, this is one of those things. It happens. Water under the bridge. If I see Mario out somewhere, you know, I'll say what's up and I'll keep it moving. I don't have to be his friend. We don't have to do another live stream together. We can just let it go. I don't want to have anything to do with him negative. You know, it's not that I hate him. I just really feel like, you know, what went on between us, I want to just let it go. Like, I just want to move on. And he wants to do the same. And that's usually how adults operate. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, two people disagree with each other. Okay, that's fine. They part ways and they just don't fuck with each other. They don't try to ruin each other. They don't keep making videos about each other months and months and months and months. And that's what people do on YouTube. They don't know how to let shit go. Like two people could disagree with each other on YouTube. And then it's continually clap back videos, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it goes on and on and on. And even if one of them is quiet, right? One of them decides, okay, I'm just going to ignore it and I'm not going to make any more response videos. The other person keeps making videos, keep making videos. And it's just like, when is it going to be done? Like, I'm not about to keep making Styles videos. Styles turned around and he ended up kind of apologizing, right? So I was like, fuck this, I'm going to give you a full out apology. I'm sorry for disrespecting you the way that I did the other day when you tried to bring me in this you and Mario Cochran shit. I'm sorry because it's very unladylike for me to act like that. And I really didn't even feel comfortable with acting like that to begin with. Those days of Soncerae getting mad at people on YouTube are over. I'm so done with that. Like, I spent my whole pregnancy defending myself, clapping back. Even before that, when these men would make these videos and these beefs out of nowhere, then I would turn around and clap back and they would try to make it seem like, oh, I'm Soncerae's victim. She started this with me. A woman started just a random beef with some man on YouTube. So I'm just going to keep making videos about her over and over again. Nah, that's not how I operate. It's never been the type of person I am. And here's the thing. Instead of me continuously telling y'all that, I'm going to just show y'all that by not continuing to do response videos about this shit. Because I can't keep doing that. It's not helping anybody. It's not helping our community. All it's doing is giving us views. It might give us a little paper, but now YouTube is starting to get to the point where they're not putting advertisements on that shit. They're starting to be like, if I see people arguing back and forth or using heavy profanity or talking about race or beefs and stuff like that, I'm not putting any advertisements on it. My channel getting bigger. I don't know about y'all, but my channel getting bigger to a point where people are coming to me. I'm starting to get sponsorships. I'm starting to get like people wanting to manage me. I'm about to be at 100,000 subscribers in a minute. And once I hit 100,000, that's it. I'm going to be in 1 million really soon. So where I'm trying to go with my channel is a more positive, more fun place. I don't have time to be sitting here beefing with a whole bunch of Black men on YouTube. It's time for that to be over. I did that for 2 or 3 years. So no, I don't have a problem with Mario. No one is going to be able to use me as like this tool to start making videos bashing Mario. I'm not going to do it. Tommy just tried it. He tried to do it, but I'm not going to do it. Tommy, even one of my last emails to Tommy was like, listen, and I've said positive stuff to Tommy over and over again, just trying to make him understand, like, I have no problem with you. I never had any problem with you from the beginning until you started attacking me. Then it started to be like a whole bunch of back and forth, you know, just because you hate Black women, I got to sit here and defend myself because it ain't because you hate Soncerae, because you don't know Soncerae. Like, when people claim that they don't like me, it's like, you don't know me. You know what you heard, or you know your perspective of reality, not me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know Tommy well enough to know who he is as a person. And when I did sit down and I introduced you guys to his ex. So his ex, let's talk about her, because I ended up not fucking with her either. And let me tell you why I ended up not fucking with her. And she a little girl, so I can't really, like, it's hard for me. I'm 38. It's hard for me to have a woman to woman with a person who is under 25, because I feel like they're still a kid to me. You know what I'm saying? It's still a baby. So it's very difficult for me to entertain a conversation with someone under 25, and try to have a woman heart to heart. That's difficult. So anyway, Tommy's ex-girlfriend was on her own channel. She had created this channel, right? And she only had one video up. And the one video was her bashing the fuck out of Tommy, right? Someone sent me the video saying, yo, you should interview this girl. I reached out to her. I said, listen, if you want your voice to be heard, you can come onto my channel, but do not come on my channel dragging Tommy. Don't come on my channel lying about dude. Don't come on my channel trying to be dramatic and starting some shit. Just tell how you feel. Just be honest. You know, you don't have to insult him or attack him to be honest. Okay? Don't attack Tommy on my channel. Don't attack Tommy on my channel. I said it to her over and over again. If you won't come on here, be mature. She comes onto the channel. She don't insult dude at all. Actually, she just told her story, told what happened, told how she was hurt, told how she felt. What Tommy do? Get mad. What people inside of people, the audience do? Tell Tommy shit to have him riled up, angry with her, mad, like she, you know, did something wrong or negative. Because, I mean, her initial video was fucked up. Don't get it twisted. I mean, she really went in on his ass on her video. But she did not do that on my channel. She didn't do that on my channel because I would not have it. That's not what I wanted her to do. I wanted her to come on her channel, say how she felt. She ain't had to drag him and all that stuff, and she didn't. So instead of people going to Tommy saying she didn't do these things, they came to him and made it seem like she did, right? People, you know, the messy people of YouTube came to her and, why did you do an interview with Soncerae? Blah, 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 say all this negative stuff about me. When the whole interview was a positive thing. It was to clear some shit up. Because she'd already made the mistake of coming onto her channel saying something negative about Tommy. You know, that was already the mistake right there. So I'm sitting here trying to tell her, you gonna make yourself get in a worse situation if you come on to my channel saying something negative about him. Just say how you feel. Say what you think happened. That's it. Don't drag the nigga. It ended up being to the point where I was following her on Instagram. And she said to me, and this was like, I think a month or so after she did the interview on my channel. And people were coming in my comment section from Tommy's channel talking about her breasts, talking about just a whole bunch of fuck shit, just shit that didn't have anything to do with what she was saying, just making fun of her. And honestly, that's all Tommy's audience is. It's a whole bunch of people who make fun of people. It isn't his audience. They don't think, they don't critically think. They're not intellectual people. Okay, they're not mature enough to be able to deal with, you know, real life topics, real life issues in a way to where it's conducive to improvement. You know, there are no solutions provided to Tommy's audience. So they're only as good or as effective as their leader. Okay, so Tommy isn't a good leader to begin with. So of course the people in his audience aren't going to be able to comprehend 100% what's happening. So anyway, what ends up happening with this girl, I don't know if Tommy did it or his followers did it, but someone was calling her, threatening her. They were calling her phone over and over and over again, hundreds of people. And she was upset about that. And she put it up on her Instagram. And so I put in her comment section, I said, listen, you have to ignore it. Just change your phone number. Because if you let it get to you, you let it bother you, it's going to fuck up your life. The only thing that you can do right now is move on with your life. You want to be a chef. You don't want to have what's happening in Tommy's life and the negative shit that's going on with him to spill over and be something that you have to deal with for the rest of your life. Let that shit go, change your number, and move on. Because honestly, for a whole bunch of people to find out her phone number, he had to give it away, because that's how my phone number ended up on YouTube. Tommy, because what happened is, you know how when you file a privacy complaint, because a long time ago, when Tommy kept doing like these horrible videos about me, I would go file a complaint. And when you do complaints, any type of complaint on YouTube, they ask you for your phone number, your email address, blah, blah, blah. So I put my phone number in the complaint, in the YouTube complaint. And so Tommy just decided that I guess he wanted to read the complaint, and he put my phone number out there. And this was many years ago. I never forget it. And after he put out my phone number, my phone rang 2 days in a row, every 2 to 5 minutes. Someone telling me to kill myself, hang myself. It was going to sodomize my daughter. They was going to kill me. I was a Black bitch. I was unattractive. I was fat. I was uneducated. I was a single mother with 5 baby daddies. I was living in poverty. Just making fun of me. And this was many years ago. This had to have been in like, I don't know, 2013, 14, something like that. Okay. And they was just ripping my ass. And so, hold on. So he's just ripping the fuck out my ass. And my ass tried not to be hurt or upset. So what I did was I put my phone number out there as a way for people to contact me if they needed relationship advice. Instead of me changing my phone number, I just went ahead and put my phone number out there. I was like, okay, well, if you have something positive you want to talk about, you can text me at 678-658. You know what I'm saying? And I turned that negative into a positive. And so it went from Tommy's fans harassing me, hundreds of people harassing me, to now people were hitting me up asking me for relationship advice and lifestyle advice. So with her, I said to her, listen, change your number or block them, keep it moving, don't care. She gets mad at me. This is all your fault. Blah, 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 blah. I can't listen to you. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I said to her? Nothing. Block, delete, kept it moving. Because I can't help somebody that's not ready to hear what I'm telling them. I can't. If you're not ready to receive my message, I don't have anything to say. Because all I'm telling her was to do something positive. Here she was saying something negative to me. You mad at me because you got onto YouTube and made a video after you and this dude broke up. And then I let you on my platform to do something positive. And now you mad at me because this nigga put your phone number out there? Why was you dealing with Tommy to begin with is the question. Because that's what everybody was asking. They was like, Tommy claims he doesn't like Black women. He always has like this negative stuff to say about Black women. He doesn't blah, blah. Because I remember my chat. In my chat, people were coming in the chat. And they were like, why would you date Tommy? And why would you do blah, blah, blah? And that was everyone's biggest thing. Like, you had to know this is the type of man he was. He tells everyone this is who he is. Why would you date him? So when I interviewed Tommy's ex, it wasn't to hurt him. Okay. He had already interviewed someone I had dated. And when he did interview someone I had dated and I had slept with, he had interviewed Chris Law. Well, I think like the year before, like I interviewed her earlier last year, was it? Or earlier last year, right? Or was it this year? Sometime I interviewed this chick. He interviewed Chris Law like last year or the year before last. And so he had no right to be pissed off at me when he interviewed my ex. So for him to be mad at me, nigga, you already crossed the boundary by interviewing my ex. So what the fuck? Like, you can't be mad at me. Like, you did this to me. But at least my intentions were different. Like, when he brought Chris Law onto his channel, he brought Chris Law on there to make fun of me, to perpetuate this lie about me, to make it seem like I was this, porn star who would have this amazing sexual techniques to where I knew how to swing my ass off. And, he just gave Chris Law a platform to sensationalize our story and not necessarily sit there and tell the truth about our situation. But me, on the other hand, I came to Tommy's ex on some, listen, don't come on here sensationalizing, drama, lying, tell the truth. And that's what she did. She told the truth. Chris Law did not do that. Tommy did not present a positive platform for Chris Law. He only brought Chris onto his channel to do something negative and ugly towards me. That's not why I brought Tommy's ex on my channel. I wanted her to have her, speak her mind, but not drag Tommy in the process, and just give people a clarity of why she even posted a video about him to begin with. So I do want to say this. I don't have a problem with anybody for the most part. For me, it's like, before, right, when people would have these beefs, they would create these beefs, right? And they didn't really know me well, but they would create like these lives and these beefs and shit. It would frustrate the fuck out of me. Like, I would be like so mad, like, why would they do some shit like this? Like, I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Then they would create like fake like emails, and Mario's done that, create a fake email, photoshopped my face on like a message I didn't send, emails and shit back and forth. I mean, so many people had done that shit, right? And it would piss me off. I would get so mad, and I would end up making a response video. And then all that would do was give them fuel to keep talking about me. And it just did it over and over and over again. And people just started using me as a punching bag, as a motherfucking target. And I said, you know what? Instead of fighting fire with fire, I'm just gonna put some water on that shit and be like, oh, okay. May peace be with you. You know what I'm saying? Posting receipts and getting back at people for harassing me or stalking me or making like videos over and over again about me. I just like, you know what? This is a waste of goddamn energy. Like, I got so much talent. I got so much purpose. I got so many ideas. I got so many good things that I want to do. And all these people just distracting me from all of that stuff. So why am I sitting here even entertaining it? And I remember the people in my audience had been saying that to me for years. Soncerae, ignore it. Soncerae, ignore it. Soncerae, ignore it. Soncerae, ignore it. And I'm like, how do I keep ignoring, dozens of people making lies up about me and then making it seem like I'm the one who lied? Like, it's this one guy who used to lie about me all the time on the internet, right? He used to lie so much. And so one day I went onto his channel while he was doing a live stream about me lying. I came onto the channel. And I came in his comment section, and finally, dude admitted that he had been lying the whole time about me. He admitted it. He admitted it in the chat. He admitted it on the video, but ended up deleting the video. And still to this day, people think the stuff that he said about me was true. To this day. And my thing is, when the bad stuff is happening to me, right, that shit can spread around the world quick. But when the truth come out, the lie seems like it's more powerful. Like a lie can travel around the world 2 times before the truth get out of bed. I remember when everybody was making fun of me because I was like homeless and my son's father left me in a hotel, as if that's something to celebrate or laugh about. That's not funny. That's not something that's supposed to happen to people. That's not something, like, for our community to keep trying to make normalcy out of that is weird to me. The way that he handled that situation, my son's father, the way he handled that shit is still fucked up to this day. And I don't care if people on YouTube never hold him accountable, but I always will. Because I'm the one that got to deal with him for the rest of his life. Y'all don't. Y'all will never see that nigga again if he don't want to see y'all. But me, I got to deal with him. Like, for instance, what this nigga just did recently. This nigga's a fucking, swear to God. He's on child support. He's 3 months behind. My son's birthday is tomorrow. I was going to fly to Atlanta. Now, my initial thing that I was going to do was fly my son to Hawaii for his birthday, right? That's what I wanted. I wanted my son to go to Hawaii. And so, Priest, I'm talking to his cousin, Shauna. And Shauna's like, I want to see Justice. I haven't met Justice. Priest hasn't met Justice. And I said, well, I can come fly to Atlanta. Everybody missed me. My daughter's going to prom today. Like today, right now. She's at prom. And I was like, I was gonna, fly to Atlanta to see my daughter go to prom, and my son's birthday is on the 5th. So it makes sense for me to be in Atlanta. And I said, we should throw a birthday party for my son. And she said, well, I want to go. I said, you know what? Priest hasn't met Justice. Let's invite Priest. And so she tries to call Priest to meet up with him, and they don't meet up because he leaves her hanging. He never even showed up. And so I sent him a voicemail, and I said, your cousin wanted to meet up with you to invite you to Justice's birthday party. You're a couple of months behind on child support. Pay your child support, or I'm going to have to file a motion, and then you're going to end up arrested. Just pay your child support. It's not a lot of money. It's $264 a month. It's not a lot of fucking money. And you're behind 3 months, dude. Come on, man. It's not a lot of money. I mean, stop. So he tells her, because I said to Shauna, if he don't call you back or if we don't figure out where he is, I'm not coming to Atlanta. So he tells Shauna to send him an invitation. And so Priest's aunt wanted an invitation too, his Aunt Julia. And so I sent Shauna the invitation. I think she sent it to Priest. I sent it to his Aunt Julia. His Aunt Julia decides she wants to send it to everybody, because I remember asking her, I said, listen, I want Luther to be there. I want Priest to be there, but I want his mom there. I want his sisters and his brother there. I have no problem with them. I'm not about to be sitting here having a beef with them. It's a child, it's my son's birthday. I'm not bringing issues and drama to no kid birthday. He 1 year old. Like, what I look like having some beef at Chuck E. Cheese? Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, it ain't that serious. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. We can fix our shit another day. But this is his birthday, and you guys haven't met him, so I'm gonna fly out to Atlanta. So once Aunt Julia sends out the invitation to everybody, Priest gets upset, starts cussing out Aunt Julia. He's mad, and tells Shauna he not coming to the birthday party because he mad at me. Because just that same week, a radio personality had given me a shout out on the radio here in San Francisco. And he told the story about how Priest had left me in the hotel to die. And then I went up to YouTube and asked for donations for you guys to help me move to San Francisco. I don't know if you heard it, but it's still on my channel. And from then on, I knew that Priest was always going to use our son as a way to fuck me up. And I also found out that he gave his mom an ultimatum. He told her that if she reached out to me to check on Justice, that he would discontinue talking to her. And so her stance on it is, I'm not going to lose my son just for my grandson. And so I said, the way that this family does stuff is not good for my son. And so I said, fuck it. He just needs to pay child support. And as long as he pays child support, I'm good. I mean, it's chump change anyway. I don't need it. You know what I mean? I work hard as fuck. You know what I mean? I got my own money. And he decided he wanted to pay child support. That's how much he sent. He owes me a little bit over $600. He sent $50. $50 fucking dollars. What am I supposed to do with $50? Fuck we supposed to do for $50. Anyway, so Tommy displayed my story with Priest as if, Soncerae was this married woman. She was this mistress who tricked this man, this grown-ass man, into having a baby. That sounds stupid as fuck, right? Like, it's pictures of me and Priest all over the places, videos of me and Priest all over the places. So I was this big mistress. Why would I have any of that? Clearly, I must be something way more than that. But he failed to mention, Sidonia, and how Sidonia took her part in our situation. And it just made me out to be like this mistress who tried to steal somebody's man and got pregnant by this guy who didn't love her, and all this just weird stuff. And it's always negativity, and it's always going to be negativity with Tommy. And so my advice to Mario is to do whatever you can with him legally, because that's the only thing he understands. Don't do any more YouTube videos. handle him legally, because if you do clapback videos, right? Let's say you do clapback because he posted your child's mother in court, that will give him some leverage. Take his ass to court, because there's no reason in the world, none whatsoever, that the mother of your child should be on Tommy's videos at all. When she's an innocent person, she had nothing to do with any of this. And if you wanted to talk about you, that's fine. You know, you put yourself out there on YouTube. So of course, him talking about you, it's okay. You knew that was going to happen. But her, she had nothing to do with this. The fact that she's a cancer survivor, she is who she is. She's a good person inside of the community. She's a successful person. She's actually a decent Black woman, just like the other mothers of your children. Very good women, you know, very, very nice women, very kind, very positive, very inspirational, very motivational. I've seen them. So handle him legally, and please do not respond to any more of his videos, and not even in the title. And like how you keep doing me, where you make videos and you might not even be talking about me, but for some reason my name in the title, stop doing that. That's clickbait shit. You don't have to do all that. Just let that go. That's my advice for Mario. Okay, I'm gonna go on my chats. Boop, 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 boop. Stephanie, you asked me, did Priest give me $20 or $50? 50. He gave me $50. That's what he gave me. You said you chose him. Yeah, let me tell you something about choosing a person. When you choose someone who is putting on a facade, you think they're something that they're not, it's easy to choose them. It's when they become who they are that shocks you. Because if he'd have showed me, if Priest would have shown me who he was, I wouldn't have chose him. That's what you have to understand. Like, I had some red flags that I definitely ignored, and I tell people this all the time, and I give, you know, people the benefit of the doubt, and I tell girls, don't give men the benefit of the doubt, don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt. But he wasn't anything like how he portrays himself to be. Because think about it, he basically left a relationship because he thought I was going to be broke forever. He thought because I was sick and I wasn't working, I was just going to be broke forever. And now I live in a $500,000 house, and now I have more than enough money, and I'm good. And had he just chilled, you know, we would be fine. But he tried to jump ship because he thought we wasn't going to get out of that hotel. He thought we weren't going to make it out of that. But I was never going to put myself in that. You know, I was never going to just stay in a situation like that. Fuck that. Okay. When you date anyone, they are faking from the beginning. Well, I'm sorry. I don't fake from the beginning. You can speak for yourself, the champ 01. Yeah, I don't fake from the beginning. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Nobody got time for that. Are you still going to your daughter prom? No, my daughter's in Atlanta. I am in California. They send me pictures though. Yeah, my daughter's prom was today. I didn't post pictures of my daughter. Yeah. I didn't go to her prom. I canceled the whole thing. I don't know where you saw her prom photos, because I didn't post her prom photos, Toy Doll. Where did you see her prom photos? Because I didn't post my daughter's prom photos. Unless you're following my daughter on Instagram. If she put them on Instagram, I don't know, she don't really do Instagram like that. So if she put her prom photos on Instagram, then, you know. Champ, I just said that Priest he owes about $600. To stay out of jail, because I told him I put him in jail if he don't pay something by the 1st. He paid $50. Why don't you live with her? I live in California. I moved from California from Atlanta to California 2017. The plan was to wait until after she graduated to move here, but that's not how things went. So she's in Atlanta with her father until she graduates from high school. Yeah, I didn't know you was following my daughter, Toy Doll, on Instagram. So yeah, she put it in her Insta stories. Yeah, I haven't been on Instagram yet. They've been sending them to my phone since I've been on the live stream. They've been sending them to my phone. Insecure and powerless people will always try to turn the lens on someone else. Yeah, that's true. Mario's daughter's mother, it's just a reflection, a deflection of Tommy's. I don't know why he would post her. That's messed up. I put Tommy's name in the title because the video is about him and Mario. Not really to get views, but to get people to understand that the video is about Tommy and Mario. Damn you nosy, Dondre. I live by myself with my son. I live in a nice 4-bedroom home with me and my son. And the reason why I got 4 bedrooms is in the event that my mom comes over, she can spend the night. And when my daughter gets here, she'll be here. So it'll be me, my daughter, and my son. What is your occupation? I'm not telling anybody what I do. Last time I tried to explain what I do and I said I was in IT, people tried to lie and make it seem like a Black woman couldn't be that intelligent. But just know that I work in IT. I also do a lot of side stuff. Like I drive Uber too. I have my graphic design business as well. And I have a couple of other things that I'm working on. Like Toy dog, I know, right? Dang, y'all want to know our business. Exactly. They be getting all deep into my business. Like one time this girl said, and I couldn't believe this. You know how I use my light, right? She was like, well, you don't have even light. You must not have big windows in your house. Like, how much did you pay for your house? You must have wasted money because you don't have any big windows and you don't have stainless steel in your kitchen. I said, how you know what the fuck I got in my kitchen and I ain't never showed my kitchen, number one. Number two, I got 8 big ass windows on my house. You ain't never heard of some blinds being closed, girl? I use my light. I don't have to use natural light. I can use my light. I pay for it. Like the fuck? She was like, you ain't using natural light. So you ain't paid enough money in your house. You ain't got enough windows. Bitch, you thinking way too hard. Okay. I think these days people should go background checks on whoever they date. I'm telling you, champ. I'm telling you, you right. Shit. Next dude I date, I'm gonna ask him for a urine sample. I'm gonna do a background check and ask him for a urine sample. I know, right, Mr. Lounge? People want to know everything. I keep trying to tell y'all, like people. Here's the thing, people will say, Soncerae, you tell too much of your business. And then they'll ask me some real personal ass shit and then be mad when I don't answer. It's like they don't even know that I'm not telling everything about my life. I talk about a small portion of it and then I leave the rest to myself, right? But they don't know I'm leaving it to myself because I don't talk about it. But people, I don't know. If you sell oranges by the freeway, that's your business. I know, right? Like if I sold like fruit baskets, I'm living well. What difference does it make? It's like I think people want to try to figure out what I do to, I don't know, see if I would lie or see if they can compare it with their own life. Something weird like that. You stated you're financially secure now if the child support includes garnishment. So why do you need to file a motion? Well, the reason why I will file a motion is for principle. It isn't because I need it. It's more of principle because he asked to be on child support. He's complicating something that could be so simple. Like he could have just been there for justice and that's it. And he wouldn't be on child support at all. But he asked to be on child support. Now he's on child support and not paying the shit. For him to do something as simple as mess up his birthday party, like how could you mess up your own son's first birthday party once starting some drama? Like you got mad because your aunt invited your family to his birthday party? Like what are you doing? Like he's a kid. That's so stupid. But he doesn't have a job, I don't think. So I don't think garnishment is happening yet. But I think it would if he was, in fact, employed. But he is employed. I don't know. Champ, I already mentor young ladies. I already do that. I was saying that in the beginning of the live stream, to where when Tommy talks about me, he doesn't talk about how I would go to colleges and do public speaking and talk about business and finances and lifestyle. He didn't talk about that because he doesn't focus on that. I grew up in San Francisco, 500,000. Do I have a lot? Women. I grew up in San Francisco, $500,000 home has a lot of windows, large windows. Yes, I have large windows. I have 8 large windows. I don't have little windows. You know what I mean? Like I don't I don't have that. I don't really use my PayPal anymore. TD, if you would like to donate, you can do revenue DM. You can do Cash App. I don't really use my PayPal anymore, I don't think. I mean, you can use PayPal if you want to. I think my email is revenuedigital@gmail.com. REVE. Let me see. I think my PayPal, let me put it. Revenue, I think, if you want to send a donation. I don't necessarily need it. But I'll put it to my channel or something. Because I do want to do, like, I'm still trying to build my YouTube room. I haven't built that shit yet. I'll be working on that. Yeah, all he had to do was be there for his son, y'all. I don't know what fuck. I don't know why he ain't do that shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about school either. Anything that has to do with school or my career or something like that. I ain't talking about that shit no more, because y'all be tripping. I was thinking about writing a book, finish writing a Unicorn Atlanta book, but calling it something else, starting over. Thank you, Positive Queen on Purpose. You proud of me and my accomplishments? Thank you. I just want other women to know that you can do the same thing. Don't look at your situation where you are right now. Just have tunnel vision and you'll be able to get to wherever it is that you want to go. I appreciate you telling your story. Thank you. Thank you, First Harvest Network. I try to share it because a lot of women go through it and a lot of them are suffering in silence, and I need them to understand that I'm going through it too. It doesn't matter how popular you are, not popular you are, pretty you are, skinny you are, thick you are, fat you are, tall, short, black, white. We all go through it. I mean, I see single mothers here. Like at first, when I first got here, I was like, where are single mothers at? Now I see single mothers, they ain't even black. They be Indian, Hispanic, not really Hispanic, because even with Hispanics, I still tend to see, like Latinas and Mexicans, I still see their man there, right? It's usually like Indians or white women. I met a white woman the other day. She had 3 kids she was taking care of by herself, and she grew up in a foster care system herself. And she took care of all 3 of her kids by herself. I said, you better go, girl. You better do it. All her kids are successful. So, you know, I really feel like people should be look at my story and help and motivate them to do whatever it is that they want to do with their life. Seriously. Do I think all men cheat? No. Nisha, don't be asking that troll what I see you like, why you feel sorry for Soncerae? Girl, that troll been in here and keep starting a mess. Child. No reason to feel sorry for me. I feel good. Like, why would you feel sorry for a person who happy? Like, I feel good. Like, I'm living an amazing life. I'm happy, y'all. Oh my God, Uber. Did you see, like, if you've been on my Facebook, Positive Queen on Purpose, you said, I have a dental problem, need to make money fast. You just hit me to Uber. Listen, if you've been on my Facebook, yesterday I posted a screenshot of how much money I made yesterday in 2 hours off of Uber. Out of Uber. And I was asking people, is it worth the money? Is it worth the money? And they was like, yeah, it's worth the money. I said, hell yeah, it's worth the money. It's worth it. Because you make so much in that little bit of time. Like, man, you know, truck drivers make a lot of money, right? A lot of people don't realize that truck drivers make a whole bunch of money. So imagine if you're transporting something in general. So that's what I'm working on next. A lot of people don't realize that everything with me it's like a path. Like, okay, I drive Uber sometimes, but what I'm trying to do is gather enough money with my YouTube channel as well. Like I'm gonna keep posting on YouTube videos so I can make a certain amount of money a month off of my YouTube channel. And once I get to that, I'm going to use the money that I'm using from Uber and my YouTube channel to start a transportation company. I'm going to go buy me a fleet of cars. And then I'm going to start doing like deliveries and hiring people. And what I'm going to do is have them pay me to use my cars, because there's a lot of people out here that want to drive Uber, but they don't have a car. So I'm going to create a program that they can use to where I offer my cars, and I'm going to provide registration and insurance and maintenance on it if they give me a certain amount of money a month. And so that's the goal with Uber. And so then after I get to that point with Uber, right, where I bought my fleet of cars and I've started my transportation company, the next thing I'm going to do after that is buy into a franchise here in California. They don't have Zaxby's here in California, right? They have Zaxby's in Atlanta. So what I'm going to do is buy some land here and build a Zaxby's on top. So I'm buying into the franchise as well. So I got to figure out, is it worth the money exactly first? So I'm working on that. So those are the plans. That's what I'm doing with my life. This will be the house that I have now. This won't be my last house. This is the first house that I'm going to keep. The next house that I move into within the next 2 to 3 years, I have a plan. And I've already looked at the neighborhood I want to go to. I was thinking about buying some land and building a house on top of it. But after I looked into it, I saw that it would be so many. It's such a complicated thing and it's so hard to do. I would rather just buy the land that has a house on top of it already. Instead of going through the process of having the house built and designing the house myself, I'm just going to buy some land that has a house on top of it. And that way I'll just own the land. Now with the house that I'm in now, I still want to buy the lot. I haven't bought the lot. So that's what I'm focusing on with this house, but I won't be living in this house. I'm trying to get out of it by the time Justice starts elementary school, because once he starts elementary school, it's really where he, he's rooted. Now I might keep the house depending. I was thinking about keeping it and then giving it to my mom and just buy another house, instead of me getting this house, renting it out to someone else, then buying my mother another house and then buying me another house. It was just like, I'm just going to get this house, maybe have her stay in this house, you know what I'm saying? And then just buy another house and stay in that house for 2 to 3 years and then rent that house out. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. To every house that I live in, I'm only going to live in it for a little while and then rent it out, and then do that. So I got a plan. I have plenty of plans and I'm good about executing my shit, I don't care. Dawn, you said, don't tell people what you're going to do before you do it. Might steal your idea. To me, I feel like there's no such thing as shortage. There's no such thing as limitation. So there's more than enough money, more than enough success, and more than enough ideas for all of us to be successful. So any idea I come up with, even if someone steals it, God will give me another one and I'll become successful off of that one. If I don't come successful off my own idea and it becomes someone else's idea, that's just God's will. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it wasn't my idea to begin with. It was just me being the messenger of an idea, and it takes a lot to actually have enough money to be able to do the ideas that I do. You really have to have a lot of money to do what I'm saying I want to do. You can't just, like be on YouTube doing videos and that's it. You really have to have multiple sources of income. And even with the whole fleet of cars thing, that's a very much attainable thing to do. And investing in transportation right now is a good idea because everything is about delivery. People are starting to buy stuff online now more than ever, everything. And people are doing deliveries and stuff. You got Uber Eats, you have Postmates, you have, what's the Uber Eats and what's the other one? DoorDash. You have all of these different things, Instacart, where people are like delivering stuff to people because people aren't wanting to go shopping anymore. They're wanting stuff delivered to them. So we're going into an era where everyone's just going to start ordering everything online and having everything brought to them. And so it just made a lot of sense for me to invest in a fleet of cars to where, delivery could be the thing that I make a tremendous amount of money off of. And then work on my next goal after that. It never stops with me. You know what I mean? People love to sabotage your plans once you tell them, but you're good. Yeah, can't nobody sabotage something that's meant for me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I used to believe that people really sabotaged my relationship with priests because they saw me happy. People saw me happy. They didn't want to see me happy and they saw me happy. And at the end of the day, it's still like me and him fought. Because see, I saw the signs that something was wrong with him. I just didn't like listen. Like now I know for sure that if I ever was to get in a relationship with somebody else, I really got to make sure that they okay with my YouTube channel. Because Priest pretended like he was good with it and he could handle it, but he really couldn't handle. He can't handle dealing with somebody who's popular. Forget I have a YouTube channel. He can't deal with somebody who's a celebrity or popular, because anyone with half of a brain knows that if they're dealing with someone who's popular or a celebrity, there's going to be rumors about them. There's going to be lies. There's going to be spread. People are going to try to feed them a whole bunch of bullshit, right? We all know that because we see it happen on social media all the time. Like I just seen a video from Steve Harvey and his wife, like, yo, everybody going around saying we getting divorced and we broke. Like, I don't even understand what that's about because we good. Like, I ain't going nowhere. Like, you know, people always make up rumors and always talking shit and lying about people. And, you know, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you two got to be strong enough to not allow other people outside of your situation to sabotage your shit. People can't sabotage something that's meant for me. If Priest was meant for me, it wouldn't be sabotaged. Justice was meant for me. That's the only reason why Priest was around, so I could have justice, because justice is here. This, like, justice ain't going nowhere. Justice came to me when I tried over 10 years to have a baby. Y'all have to, don't forget this. I tried for a long time and couldn't have one. So would I change it? Nah. I'm happy it happened the way that it happened. I ain't got Priest, but Priest wasn't a prize to begin with. Because I think about all of the stuff that I have now, like had I kept Priest, I might not have all this stuff. Like think about how wonderful my life is. I'm in California. I'm in a new house. I got a baby. I'm so happy. And I say that to everybody all the time. I'm so happy. Imagine if I had stayed in Atlanta when I hated Atlanta. I hated Atlanta. I kept saying, I hated Atlanta for 17 years. I kept saying, I hate this fucking place. And I would still be there. I would still be there had I been sitting here waiting on Priest. You're a smart woman. Thank you, Nisha 42GA. Positive Queen on purpose. Now, I know that's right. We talk about us having to have multiple hustles all the time. Yeah, multiple streams of income is the move. Yeah, Toy Doll. I used to order Instacart when I was pregnant and Amazon Fresh. I used to order that all the time. No one can sabotage a plan that was sent to her from the divine. That's right. When something is for me, it's for me. And I can see, you can tell somebody your idea, but can they implement your idea? Can they execute your idea? That's the question. Ego will destroy anything. That's true. You let your heart rule your head. No, it wasn't necessarily my heart ruling my head. It was more of, I knew my mind told me. I just ignored it. Dondred, I just was like, I want this guy so bad. I want to experience this so bad, blah, blah, blah. I should have just got rid of that nigga. Thank you. I am happy. I'm so happy. I feel so blessed. I'm telling you guys, there is a power that's higher than your own. And you are an extension of that power. And don't let nobody tell you that there's no God. I don't, like, you know, I'm Buddhist and they tell me to not have a deity. I do believe in a power higher than my own. I may not call it God. I call it the universe when I'm talking to you guys. And I only say God just to relate to you. But I do feel like there's a higher power, and please respect it and believe in it. And there's also such thing as what goes around comes around. There is karma. And that's another reason why I want people to understand that I don't have any ill feelings towards anybody, not just because I don't want the karma to come back to me, but because it's painful when I feel negativity about some people. Like for some reason, I still can't stand Priest. And I'm going to do a video about me not being able to stand Priest because I have to get on anxiety medication. I'm on medication because he's a trigger. So anytime I think about him or anytime I experience something from him or that has to do with him, I have to take my medicine. Any other time, I feel great. And then when I think about him or I have to deal with something that has to do with him directly, I get really sad. And I'm like that for a week, like almost to a point where I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anything. So I'm put on medication. So I've only taken a medication 3 times. And I don't really like taking it because it makes me dreamy. It puts me in it. It's euphoric. It feels good because I'll still be thinking the negative things about Priest, but I won't feel anything. It shuts off you feeling anything. So you don't feel bad. Like when I'm hurt or when I think about him, I feel physical pain. It's like the whole top part of my body like hurts. Like it'll be aching and sore and everything. And so it won't even be easy for me to even accomplish anything because I'm so depressed. I'm crying. Like I'll be crying so hard in a dream, right? And I don't even know what the dream is about when I wake up. But when I wake up, I'm fucking crying so hard, like how I used to cry when I was in the hotel, pregnant. That's how I'll be asleep and I'll be crying like that. And I'll wake up and notice that I've been crying. So the anxiety medicine stops that whole thing. So I'll be thinking, oh my God, I hate Priest. He gets on my nerves. But at the same time, I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So he's like a trigger of mine. But anytime I'm not thinking about him, it's like I'm good. Like I'm so good. Like I could talk about him and still be good. But when I gotta deal with him, it's a whole nother thing. Like the sound of his voice, I can't stand it. I can't stand the thought of just a lot of things. It's like certain things are triggers and certain things are not. Excuse me. So let's see. At 30 and I have them watch your videos for upliftment all the time. Thank you. I would have to scroll up. Echo is good. That means she can be at peace without the material. Sounds like you need a break. I do need a break from working. I was just talking to my mother about that. But that was the whole thing of me, reason why I was trying to go to damn Hawaii. Another reason, because I wanted my son to go there, but at the same time, I want to meet my mother and my son to take a break. The flight to Hawaii is cheap, but the resorts is what's expensive. That's your interpretation at see ego. Here's the one thing I don't have. I don't have my ego is not like I have one, I think, because we all have one, but it's not a powerful one. It's kind of, I don't have a strong ego, you know? Yes, I'm still talking about this man. Are you talking about Priest or what are you talking about? You talking about Priest, True Freeman? I'm assuming True Freeman ankles. I don't know who you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about Tommy or I don't know. God bless 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why you agreeing with a troll. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know which person you're talking about, but if you're talking about Priest, yeah, I'm gonna still talk about him because he's still a part of my life and somebody I still have to deal with every day. If he was gone, like all together, then it would, you know. I gotta go, y'all. My phone running out of power. Hold on. Yeah, it's run out of power.